Hello everyone. So I'm back with my another room. So this time we will be doing a room, okay, which has been which has been a part of some Fed CTF in Guatemala. Uh, mm, I hope pron- I hope I pronounced it well. Okay. So this time we are doing AnonForce. Okay. So it is a boot to root machine. Okay. Let's just go and copy the IP. We'll copy the IP and we'll paste it here so that we know what's going on. Okay, we can know what's the IP. Okay, then we will go there and we will run the nmap scan. So I have already ran the nmap scan because it took a lot of time, maybe approximately 20 minutes. So I don't want to waste the time here. Okay, so from the nmap, okay, you have seen we have 21 TCP FTP. Okay, FTP port is open and anonymous FTP login is allowed. Okay, so we can do the anonymous FTP. And there we can see some files: pin, boot, tab, etc, home, lib, found, media, not read. So it is writable. So I think we cannot write on any other file except not read and tmp file. Then we have opt proc root run and other files. Okay, so and we can log in as an FTP, type ASCII, okay, and then we have SSH port. Okay, so let's try to do the FTP. Okay, we will type FTP 10 point. Okay, so first I think I have to make a folder and AnonForce so that it's easy for me to get something if I'm like if I am downloading something from it FTP. So I will create a folder and here I will start my FTP and 10.114.136.156.21. So this is port number and this is IP number. So you can write it port if the port is the default port. Like if for FTP the default port is 21, so you don't have to like write this. But for example, if the FTP is running on some like 254 port, then you have to write the 254 port. But if it is default port, then you don't have to write the default port. Okay, so now it is asking for password. As we previously seen saw that anonymous login is allowed. So we will write anonymous and we will write anything. Okay, so we are in. We will do try to do ls. Yeah, here we can see all the files. Okay, then bin boot dev etc home, and we can just do we can go inside any file and let's do this. Okay, so we cannot get it. So it is an FTP, so we cannot get it. So we can go like this etc ls and we have file. You you have to search for the full directory. So the first thing I search, okay, I go to the home directory. Okay, there I see a user. Okay, so here we have a melodious user. Mm, okay, here I have melodious. Okay, I'll try to ls. Okay, so we read, write, and we can read. The other users can read. So I will sorry, we cannot get it. So I will just get it. I will get it and I will do user.text. Okay, so I will just open a new tab and I will try to ls, and here is my file. I will do get user.text and here is my flag. I will just copy it. Okay, I will just copy it and paste it here. And oh, unauthorized. Unauthorized. Uh, I don't get it. What does unauthorized means? Uh, I don't get it. What does unauthorized mean here? Okay, in the meantime, we will try to explore other files. Okay, I think it logged me out. Okay, so we are back, and uh, why can't I see the content? Okay, here it is. If I do this and paste it here, so it is correct. So next, we will try to explore other files. Okay, we can just do lsla. Okay, and we can see that we have batch history. Okay, we cannot read and write. Okay, only the owner can read and write. This is then batch logout. uh, you won't find anything in batch logout unless they have, like, we can see it. We can just do batch logout. Okay, and then we can hit like do batch logout, and it is just like when the shell exits, what would happen after the shell exit. Okay, so we can see there is nothing more. Okay, but if you closely see, then it is read and write with zero. Okay, uid. Okay, with zero uid. So this means that only root can edit and make it writable, but he has to make it writable first, okay, in order to write. So that's why it is 00, and 1000 is like anyone can. I mean, 1000 is like any user can do it. Okay, 1000 with the command 1000. Okay, let's try to let's try to write something, and let's see hello, and I'll do okay. So okay, so I think here we use put on hello. I think we can do this, but I'm not sure about it. Let's try to do it. Put local file, remote file. Okay, okay. So maybe when we get the shell, we can do it, and we will try to do it there. Okay. So for now, you cannot like do this. In yeah, you can put it. I will show you a way, like how can you put the files. So you can do the like, test test.txt. Okay, and you can do like this test.txt. Okay, so as you can see that it is permission denied, so we cannot write anything in these files. Okay, okay. So from the nmap scenario, we have seen that there are only two files. One is tmp and one is not read file. Okay, so these are only writable. Okay, so we will go to get file, not read. Okay, directory changed successfully. Okay, then there are two files. One is backup.pjp or gpg, and the second one is private.asc. Now we need to understand these files. What are these files? Okay, so for that we will go to our notes, and here we have what is pgp. Okay, so pgp is used to decrypt and encrypt a file. Okay, for encryption, developer generate a private and a public key. With public key, it can encrypt any file. Okay, so you are seeing a file here, backup.pjp. Okay, so this file is encrypted. How developer encrypted it? Developer generated a public key and a private key. Mm, and he encrypted that backup file with this public key. Okay, and he can, yeah, he encrypted the key with public key. So public key is a padlock. Okay, it is like a padlock, and its private key is like a key. Okay, a key for that padlock. So So that is what a PGP file is for. Okay, it is used to encrypt some data. Okay, now the developer can give this public key to his teammates, colleagues, then they can use this public key to encrypt a file as well, so that they have mm, they are locked with the same public key. Okay, and private key is used to decrypt a file. So our main focus here is like to decrypt it. So we need a private key. Okay. Okay. So for next, what is ASCII file? Okay. So ASCII file, you can see that there is an ASCII file, private.asc. Okay. So what user can do is user can either put private or public or both. They can put private and public key in that ASCII file. Okay, and we need to decrypt it, and we need to get that private key and just use it. Okay, to decrypt the backup file. Okay, so that was what PGP and ASC files are for. Okay, so we will just go and we will do backup.pgp. We will get this and we will get it ASCII dot. I don't think it's private.sc. Okay, so our work is done here. Okay, let's clear this. Let's do ls. Okay, so we have backup and we have private.ac. Okay, so first we need a private key to decrypt this. Okay, and how we are gonna get the private key? So it is very possible that developer has added the keys here in this private.ac. So first let's try to open this. Okay, private. Okay, private.ac. Okay, then we can do it with file private.ac. Okay, private key block. Okay, PGP private key block. So it means that it is accepting some password. Okay, it is password protected. Okay, so first we'll ensure it by going to, we'll open terminal. Okay, and then we will go to desktop, and then we will go to TryHackMe rooms. Then we will go to, what was the room name? AnonForce. Okay, where's AnonForce? Here is AnonForce, and here is private.sc. Okay, okay, so I don't think I have a system. Okay, so let's just skip it for now. Okay, so it says the private key block. Okay, so how can we like how can we make sure that we can read the private key from this? Okay, so it might be asking for a, it is asking for a private key, it is asking for a passphrase. Okay, so if you go to my notes, I have bad and enforce page. Okay, I don't know why my images are not loading. Okay, I'm unable to connect. Okay. uh okay, let me turn on my system so that my notes app, npm run def. Okay, uh v nvmv. Okay, use nvm 20. I think it's nvm use 20, and I will do npm run def. Okay, and if I try to open it again, and yeah, it's open. Okay, so we have done this, we have done everything, and it's nothing here. So we will go to pgp. Okay, so first we need to we need to get the passphrase which is protecting this, where it is, which is protecting this private.sc. So we will use gp2 john. Okay, we will use gp2 john, and we will just try to try to get the hash out of this private.asc. Okay, so this is the first step. We will do this, then we will do ls, and as we can see that we have gpg.hash here. Now if we do this, and you will see a hash of that file. Okay, then we will try to decode this hash. Okay, we will do gpg.hash because gpg.hash is our file, and we will use the raw keyword list. If we do this, so it says that loaded one password hash. So it shows this because I have previously worked on it, and the password is safe somewhere. So what I will do is I will do let me check. Let me go to John. Uh, uh, mm, RM CD John. Okay, there is no file. Let me ask my ChatGPT. Let me ask ChatGPT how to delete already extracted password from John. So you know the passphrase or the password with John extracts. Okay, so these are in john.pot. Okay, so you just have to delete it. Okay, you just have to delete this and you rerun it again. Okay, and it will start cracking. So you, as you can see that we have the password which is xbox 360. Okay, now what we are gonna do, we're gonna import the gpg. We will type gpg dash 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 import, and we will import the secret dot key. Okay, we will import, what was the file name? uh, File name was private.ac. Private.ac. Okay, we will try to import. So what happened here? First, what we did is we got the private.ac. It was passphrase protected, so we needed to decrypt its passphrase. So what we did is we converted it into a hash and we decrypted its passphrase. Now we want to load the secrets, the private key secret from that file. So what we did is we loaded that um, we loaded that private key from that file. Okay, and now all we need to do is we need to decrypt. We will use GGB and we will use decrypt. What is, okay, PGP, GPG is and decrypt, and what is the backup.gpg. You know, now it's asking for the passphrase. Okay, so the passphrase is xbox 360. Okay, so as you can see we got the file. Okay, so what happened here is that we extracted the passphrase, we imported the secret, the private secret from that file. Okay, and then what we did is we we tried to decrypt it, and we provided the passphrase which was protecting this file. Okay, so we just decrypted it. So from this we got the root file, root password. Okay, so we're gonna copy it from here, we're gonna paste it, and we're gonna root.txt. Okay, we're gonna just decrypt the password and minus word list. So I'm not sure which word list we use, so we will use this roq.text. Okay, No password hashes was found. So I think we need to give it a filter. Okay. Uh, I think it's dash filter equals to SHA 512 CRYPT crypt. Okay. Unknown options file. Okay, let's upload it on ChatGPT and let's see what is the issue we are making. Okay, so it will give us the correct command. I think. Okay, we are using the filter is not used like hash type. And okay. So it is format instead of filter. Okay, so we are gonna use the format. Okay, so okay, it says let's do this, do the text. Okay, so I think this didn't copy the way I wanted it to. So what we will do is we will use root.text and we will just copy it from here. We'll just put it here and we will write root colon this and we will say now if we see root.text. Okay, so we have the correct one now. Okay, okay, so we got the Hikari. So I'll tell you why that did not work. If I just delete this and if I just copy this and if I control C this, I did this something like this and if I pasted it root.text and if I do this root.text. Okay, as you can see that it did not work as we were expecting it. Okay, so what we will do is we will do root.text and we will do it again. Okay, let's try to do it again with this and root.text get root.text. Okay, as you can see with the single quote it works but with the double quote it does not. Okay, so we got the Hikari password and we will do like ssh root at the rate of 10.114.136.156. Okay, and we will do yes, we will do Hikari and we got the root shell and we will root and root.txt and we got the root password. So so that was all about like how when you get a GPG or PGP file, how are you gonna extract it? Where are the ASCII? Like what contains in the ASCII? Like is ASCII encrypted? Like how can we get a private or a public key? I mean the private key from the ASCII and our backup was password protected. It was a passphrase passphrase protected and a password protected. So first we load the first we loaded the key, okay, the private key from the private.asc and then we decrypted it and we provided the passphrase which we got from the johnjpg.hash. So that was all for the today lecture. We worked with the AnonForce machine, okay, and we successfully exploited this machine. So this is it for now. I'll see you in next video. So until then, I'll take your leave and bye bye.